Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. So today I will discuss about our first chapter, principle of communication. Chapter 1, Introduction to Communication System. Okay, by the end of this chapter, you should be able to explain the basic concept of communication system, explain noise and effect of noise, explain the definition of noise and the effect of noise to communication system, and third is you should be able to differentiate between time and frequency domain. Time domain and frequency domain. So what is communication? So I think you should have some idea about this picture. So this guy, there is some way of communication between these two guys. Okay, what is electronic communication system? So first, we will discuss about definition of communication. Human exchanging information. So example just now, you see that two person is exchanging some kind of information. So it fall into this definition of communication. Also, the exchanging of information between machines. Okay, machines, and conveying thoughts, feelings, ideas, and facts. So the information including conveying thoughts, feeling, ideas, and facts, and also involve sending and receiving information by electronic means. Okay, so this is actually what we going to discuss further, the exchanging of information electronically. Okay, so this is the exercise or activity. You can do this later. Take 3 minutes and discuss with your friend about what is the element of communication systems. Elements. So what are the blocks of communication systems? How does electronic communication system work? Okay, so how the system is working. The system, yeah, the keyword is system. How the system is working, and sketch electronic communication systems. So let's discuss. Okay, so electronic communication system. This is the block diagram. We call it block diagram. So how many elements here we have? This is what we call the block diagram. Block diagram, kita panggil ni. So because this is one block, you have information, then you have the transmitter, you have the medium, you have the receiver. This is the simplified version of block diagram for electronic communication system. So first block is the information. Okay, we have the information, number one. Then we have the transmitter or the transmission system to transmit, to send the information. two. And then we have the medium, or sometimes we call it channel. Okay, so we have communication channel or medium, block number 3. And then we have block number 4, the receiver. This is basically the simplified block. So we can see after this there are a little bit detail. So you have a few blocks coming in. Okay, let's see one of these one by one. So the information, what is information? It could be audio, the voice or sound, or we can have video. Video is the moving picture, the video, or we can have data. Data is what we basically have now. So the next block is the transmission or the transmitter. The transmitter is a device that do the transmission function. So the short form is TX, transmission, TX, transmitter. The third block is the channel or the medium. So what is the channel? So the channel could be in terms of wire, okay, wire, fiber optic cable, optical fiber cable, or free space, or the air, which normally the radio communication, the radio wave is transmitted through free space or through the air. Okay, number 4 is the receiver, RX, the receiving part. So this receiver, basically the function is to receive the information from the transmitter through the channel. Okay, so at the receiver, the information is recovered or is received, or is received or is recovered, and then there are some analysis to be done so that the receiving part will get the information, or it can be, the information can be converted back into the form that can be explained, can be read, can be understood, and so on. Okay, so at the medium, in the medium channel, in the channel or in the communication medium, normally we will face the problem. So this problem is called noise. Okay, so noise, sometimes it is called attenuation, or sometimes other names. Okay, so so this noise will interfere with the information. Sometimes it is degrade. So you know, like audio. So the audio will become interfered or noise. So the information is then can become corrupt, or can become interrupted. So it might happen that at the end, at the receiver, you cannot get the information because of the noise. Okay, next. So basic components. So we have seen just now basic components of the communication system. So transmitter, the channel, the receiver. Simple. This is basic component for the simple basic communication systems. We have the transmitter, we have the channel, and we have the receiver. So number 4 is the external, which is the noise. So the noise degrades or interfere with the transmitted information. So noise, it always interfere or interrupt the information. So noise is something that we don't want, or we need to minimize the noise. Okay, so there are few types of communication systems. How many here? So normally we say there are three types. First is, this is the interaction of between the transmitter and receiver. So transmitter, receiver. So we have between the transmitter and the receiver, we have channel or medium. Okay, medium. So the first one is, here. We call it simplex. Simplex is one way communication between transmitter and receiver. Only in this case, we can see that the direction is only one way, only from the transmitter to the receiver. This type of communication is called simplex. What is the example? The common example is like radio or TV. So we have the transmission tower for TV, and you just receive the video or the movie or the whatever. This is called simplex. The second is called duplex. So the transmitter and the receiver, the direction is two-way. So it can be the transmitter to the receiver, and also two-way, this way, one way, transmitter to receiver, and the second one is from the receiver to transmitter, or the receiver become transmitter, and it can function both, and then it can go both ways. So this is called duplex. Okay, duplex, there are two types of duplex. One is half duplex and second is full duplex. Half duplex is alternate transmitter receiver, meaning that one device can only one device can become transmitted at one time. So if this device A, for example, device A, device B, if device A become transmitter, then device B become receiver. If device B become transmitter, then device A become receiver. So only at one time. So it is called half duplex. But the second types of duplex is called full duplex, where both device can become transmitter and receiver simultaneously. So A can become transmitter and receiver at the same time. So this is called full duplex. Okay. So the example for half duplex is, normal example is given as a walkie-talkie. So only one person can talk at one time, and the other have to hear, to listen. And if the other one talking, then the other one have to listen. Full duplex is like a telephone where you can both talking and receiving at the same time. Okay. Barriers to communication. So there are few barriers. This is given the most common two barriers, or the challenge to communication. First is the language. Okay, either between human or between a computer system or electronics, the language is very important. So in order to communicate, so we need to use the same or common language. Okay, it's common, meaning that both have to understand the language, so then you can communicate. Okay, the second one is a distance. So the distance play important part in communications. So the distance is the space between the transmitter and receiver, the sending and receiving parts. So if the space is far, is big, if the distance is big, then the communication is quite challenged. Okay, of course there are more barriers that we can discuss in communications, but in this we limit into this language and distance. You can try list by yourself what are other barriers in communication. Okay, common form of communications. Um, First is human voice. Human voice, face-to-face conversation, public speakers, actors, players, etc. Human voice. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, like we are doing now. I'm using my voice. Okay. The second is audio, using CD, tapes, records, radio, etc. The third is body language. Okay, one, two, three. Body language, non-verbal, the bahasa isyarat. So you can also use body language or sign language. They call it sign language to communicate, to 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 transmit information. Okay, then number 4, by printing, newspaper, magazine, book, etc. Film, video, music, and so on and so forth. Ada lagi? Okay, you can write, you can list on your own. Form of electronic communication: radio and TV broadcasting, telephone, wired and wireless, fax, pages, computer networks, modem, email, internet, www, wireless, satellite, radar, radio, telescope. Okay, these are some examples. Ada lagi WhatsApp, Telegram, Messenger, and latest Insta. So many things you can list. This is the most common. Okay, transmitter. So what is transmitter? Transmitter is the collection of electronic component and circuit that convert the electrical signal into a signal suitable for transmission over given medium. So transmitter is basically what? Is a circuit, collection of electronic component and circuits. So one device, okay? So device, which is comprised of component and circuits. That this device, the function is to convert electrical signal into signal that's suitable for transmission over given medium. So just now we have discussed there are many medium or channel. So accordingly, the transmitter need to convert the information signal into the form that suitable for transmission over that medium. Okay, the transmitter are made up of oscillator, amplifier, tune circuit and filters, modulators, frequency mixer, frequency synthesizer, and other circuits. So these are the circuits that mix or comprises so that you can make up one transmitter. So what is this? Oscillator, amplifier, tune circuit, filter, modulator, mixers, synthesizers, and blah blah blah. So this is, for example, transmitter block diagram circuit. So you have here mic. Mic is the information. The voice is you give the information here in terms of in the form of human voice. So human voice enter the mic. So So there are a few stage: audio stage, modulator, amplifier, frequency generator. Then all these combined become transmitter. So this transmitter convert into RF signal so that it can transmit the the voice or transmit the information, the signal, in the form of what? RF signal. Okay, so this is what is the medium for this transmission. The medium is, if you have antenna, normally it is the air. Okay, the free space, they call it air or free space. So this is the example of transmitter. Okay, communication channel or medium. Communication channel is the medium by which the electronic signal is sent from one place to the other. Just now, in the previous slide, we have seen that the voice is transmitted. The voice from here is processed in the transmitter circuit and then transmitted through area. So, what is the communication channel? The free space. Okay. So, communication channel is the medium by which the electronic signal is sent from one place to another. Types of media includes conductor. Conductor ni wire lah. Wire. Wire ni apa? What is the material? Normally copper. Copper wire. Optical media, for example, optical fiber lah. Optical fiber or LED. Apa lagi? Photodiode. And so on. Okay. Free space. Free space tadi lah. Free space ni udara lah. And system specific media, for example, water for sonar system, and you can list a few more if you know. Okay, so the main is wire, optical fiber, air, water. Apa lagi? Kalau wifi, apa? Wifi, air lah. Kalau RFID, air juga. So basically free space they call it. Okay. Okay, I think so we have receiver. Okay, the next is receiver. Receiver is a collection of electronic components and circuit that set the transmitted message from the channel and convert into understandable by human. So receiver is collection of electric component and circuit, sama, same like the transmitter. It is a mix of various components and circuits. What is the function? To receive the message, transmit the message from the channel or from the medium and convert back into some form that understand by human. So at the receiver, it need to convert or transform back the information into the form of that human can interpret, can understand. So receiver also contain of few circuits, for example, amplifier, oscillator, mixer, tune circuits and filters, and demodulator or detector that recover the original intelligent signal or original information signal. This is information sama from the modulated carrier. Okay, so instead of the mic for transmitter, we have the antenna first. So this antenna is receiving the RF signal from the free space or from the air, and then this signal go into the mixer, and so you have oscillator coming as the input of the mixer as well. So and then they go to the audio filter and audio amplifier, and then to the apa ni, earphone or the speaker, so that you can hear the voice, you can hear the information from the transmitter. So all these components, antenna, mixer, filter, amplifier, oscillator, and you might have some more. This is the frequency tuning. So all this is called receiver part. So this is speaker. So what is the component of the receiver? So receiver normally consists of antenna, mixer, oscillator, tuning, filter, amplifier, and speaker. So all this is called the receivers. Okay. There are another that block which is called transceiver. Transceiver is an electronic unit that incorporates a circuit that both send and receive signal. So transceiver, from the name itself, you can see that it is combination of transmission and receivers. Transceivers is electronic unit that incorporates circuits that both send and receive. Examples are telephone. So yes, you can send and receive. Fax machine can send and receive. Okay, radio, handheld radio, cell phone, computer, and so on and so forth. So all these kind of phone that can both receive and send signal are called transceivers. Boleh? Next is noise. What is noise? Noise is a random, undesirable electronic energy that enters the communication system via the communicating medium, okay, or channel, and interfere or interact with the transmitted message, or interrupt, okay, interfere or interrupt or interact with the transmitted message, interact with the information. So this is noise. Noise is something that we don't want, unwanted, undesirable. Okay, but it comes. You cannot simply avoid. Noise is like natural due to any reason. It can be because of any reason. Noise. So this is okay. Noise. So I think that's all. That's all for the first part of this class. We will discuss the next slides in the next video. Hopefully you can understand a little bit about this topic. That's all. That's all for now. So if you have any question, you can comment. You can ask me, or you can comment down my YouTube channel. You can comment down there. Okay, thank you very much.